Who would do this? For reasons still unclear to me, I climbed into this very wet little cave passage.
With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. Today, we're adding even more by going somewhere unexpected, underground. This is All Roads Lead to Texas, below the surface. As you're driving around through Texas, going through these vast, wide open spaces, you might not realize that there are all these other incredible places underneath there, tucked underground. So I am standing in the Buffalo Bayou Park cistern. In 2004, they drained it all out and have turned it into this magical space. You can come and tour it and stand in this little cathedral of infrastructure.
All roads lead to Texas!
Now, this is the Stewart BatCave, named in honor of the first manager of the property in 1986. Radar from San Antonio, when we have a bunch of bats in here, they can see the exit, or the Doppler radar picks up Devil's Sinkhole and Stewart BatCave, and they'll spin inside the mouth of the cave for sometimes 2 or 3 minutes before they'll actually come out.
Are they sound sensitive, light
They
sensitive?
are, yes.
Oh, okay.
And if there's noise, they're not as likely to come out.
Wow.
Can you tell us what your nickname is?
Cave Jesus, that one?
Yes.
God.
You don't like that nickname?
Just funny how that came about. I had long hair, used to have a big nasty beard down to here, so I was Cave Jesus.
Where are we going today, Colton?
We're going down into the caverns of Sonora.
We're going into the cave, deep underground, and I'm gonna try and actually, like, squeeze through some spaces, which, like, good luck to me.
I go. This seems ill-advised. Oh my God.
The guy that developed this cave, I mean, this was in the 60s. He had kind of creative freedom. He built almost 2 miles of walkable passage. It's lit, there's concrete, there's handrails. That's not the case at a lot of other ones.
I'm about to descend into the devil's pit. See you down there? It's deep. It's deep. That was awesome. That was awesome. It looks like you're in the middle of a melted candle in here. It kind of looks delicious, actually.
We want to show this to you so that we can share our love and appreciation for it, and hopefully you will leave with some of that as well. And you really just develop a respect and an appreciation for what this earth can do.
That was unlike any other experience I've ever had in my life. From an unbelievable cistern under Houston, to the bats at Stewart BatCave, to climbing around in Sonora caverns, there are so many hidden wonders underneath Texas. They are waiting for you, as long as you don't mind a little squeeze.
Just like throwing a ball, take a step forward.
Oh, I'm still working on my aim. With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. But today, this car is a time machine, going 13,000 years into the past. This is All Roads Lead to Texas. Rear view. What do a Flint Quarry, the world's premier astronaut training facility, and a seaport all have in common? They chart the history of humanity. I'll show you what I mean.
We are at a Flint quarry, like an ancient archaeological site. Do we know how early people were here?
Human habitation, moving through this area, actually making stone tools, all the way back to about 13,000 years ago.
Wow. But this is how they would have made arrowheads, spear points. This is the technique. So now I've got like a little piece with some edge to it. And voila! Hey! With some practice, I feel like you could get good at this. This is fun.
One of the fun things about working here is you never know what's going to happen. Several years ago, we had the opportunity to be part of the restoration of historic mission control. So this is the actual mission control room.
It's totally surreal being here because you've seen it so many times in movies and TV. Such an iconic image. No photo can help you understand how big this is. This is what brought the astronauts to the moon. And I cannot believe the scale of this thing. It's insane.
The tall ship Alyssa is a authentic sailing vessel from 1877. We're getting the ship ready for her sailing season. It will be about 4 to 5 weeks this year. We're keeping an unbroken line of traditional skills alive.
It is a tall ship.
Yeah, she's a tall one. 99 feet off the deck is the very tippy top.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
I came here on day 1 and I was looking up the masts and somebody came over and said, you know, you can climb up there, right? And from then on, I was hooked. It's a brass belay pin. So when we tie the lines to the reel of the ship, they get tied around this. Lots of tiny little circles all the way down.
And you're one in a line of sailors who's probably polished this
Many
1,000 times.
generations back.
Yeah.
It's the song of my people, really.
Yeah, right.
Hold them up. Let me see Megan's next to yours.
Great. This ship seems like it's almost ready to head out.
She sure is.
This is cool. I wish I could go with this crew out to sea. It is such a cool ship and such a cool experience. All right, see you guys, bye. Over a few hundred miles, you can travel 13,000 years, from the first arrowheads to tall ships to space shuttles. The history of humanity is here to find in Texas, if you know where to look for it. Toe, heel, toe, heel. Should I tuck my... I feel like I should do this. Is this the thing I should do? It feels natural.
You're gonna be all cowboy,
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. But it's not just the highways that are big. It's a cliche to say that everything is bigger in the Lone Star State. But today, we're gonna prove it. This is All Roads Lead to Texas. Big Wonder.
The Big Texan is like a classic Route 66 roadside stop.
In 1960, my dad had the idea of creating a contest. So he said, all right, we're gonna bring 1 pound steaks out, and whoever eats the most gets it for free.
I looked at the size of the steak, it's insane. I feel that I may have been steered wrong. What are the rules?
You can't stand up and leave the table, and if you get sick, the contest is over with.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right.
Y'all give him a round of applause and cheer him on!
I made a terrible mistake. This is so much food. There's no way. You can eat a bread roll.
And he's starting to get that real glazed look in his eye that says, what have I got myself into?
How is there still so much meat on this plate? It feels like being hit by a meteor. A meteor. Is this a uniquely Texan thing?
The Big Texan has always presented a wet canvas for people to come in and express what they feel about Texas, what it is.
It's like something out of my worst nightmares.
3, 2, 1!
Why are things bigger in Texas? Because Texans say they are. As simple as that.
Now I don't have to eat for like another 2 weeks.
I live here on the mountain. Actually, my house is an old control room to a telescope.
They're all, observatories have to be in these remote areas, on tops of mountains, in the middle of desert. They really feel almost monastic, a place where people go to dedicate their life and soul to searching for answers to the mysteries of the universe.
Some of the questions we're trying to answer here are things like, what is the story of the universe?
It will never not blow my mind that you're looking back in time.
What is our destiny? Where is this all leading? Are we alone? Basic things.
Astronomy, baby.
This is the Hobby Eberly telescope. It is the largest in North America.
If there's no issues with rain, I will open it up.
That would be really cool.
So to Rachel.
Whoa!
Come over here and type in the object. Type in moon.
Can I just write moon?
Yep.
Okay, where is the moon? Wow.
It's not for the faint of heart. You really have to commit yourself. I started about 5 years ago when I was 14.
What's a good time on a bull?
8 seconds is a qualified ride.
That's such a short amount of time.
But it's the longest 8 seconds ever.
I've never been to anything quite like Billy Bob's. Largest honky tonk, largest bar, and small scale rodeo all rolled into one.
I just like dancing always. You can come out and dance a little while and that stress just kind of falls away. Out and in, now turn, shimmy, 2, 3, 4.
Toe, heel, toe.
I came out here to dance. There was a ton of people already here. They've been coming forever, for years and years, and they're gonna keep coming until they can. I think it keeps you up and going and moving and doing. How about you? You wanna line dance?
When I got on the dance floor, it was a whole different scene. They were doing all kinds of crazy kicks and moves that I didn't know. I gotta practice. I gotta work more to get my line dancing up to Billy Bob standards. Texas has a reputation for big things. And that's here, that's true. But there's also this glimpse of real awe. Everywhere we went, there were people just having the time of their life, finding something truly unique in this incredible place.
I'm gonna try to see if I can have somebody make a plaque for you.
Oh. That says world's worst Conjunto player.
With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. But with so much to see, it's easy to forget to stop and listen. So today, we're going on an auditory journey. This is All Roads Lead to Texas. Sounds of the Lone Star State.
Whenever I am traveling to a place, I try and tune into its soundscape. The sound of a place is its soul to a degree.
The original Conjunto is here in San Antonio. This is the capital of the Conjunto. My papa, Don Santiago, started recording late in 1928-30. I learned the accordion when I was 15 years old.
How many albums have you put out?
No bragging, I have 85 CDs recording. I've been on the Grammys 3 times, and I have a lot of 45 RPM. Try it out. Wow. Man, he's gonna get a Grammy for that.
I'm gonna get kicked out of the neighborhood for that. I think my future as a Conjunto musician is not very bright. Maybe I'm best just sticking to listening to music rather than playing it. I am in the Gospel Archive at Baylor University, which is the only gospel archive in the country.
We've been collecting discs, we've been digitizing discs, and we've been building a digital collection.
looks like 1956. For some of your students, this might be the first record they've played.
Most definitely.
What do you guys do to get it through the steps and into the archive?
The first step of the process is to clean the discs.
It's kind of like weirdly like a dental cleaning.
Yep, it's clean.
And then the next would be digitization. How many records do you think you've digitized?
Maybe close to 1,000.
So you just get to sit here and listen to records all day. It's a special thing to have preserved this piece of musical history. We are driving into Luckenbach, Texas, which is like a tiny little town that is now this like central gathering place for people picking on like a steel string guitar, singing sad songs about love and loss. I'm into that.
I've been coming here about 15 years, been playing here for the last 5 years.
I may be trying to participate in some music today.
Yeah, you're gonna sing a song with me over at the Picker Circle here shortly.
I wouldn't call myself a musician.
You'll be singing with me, singing I like them old school, good old country songs.
I like them old school, good old country songs.
Can't help it if these new kids don't turn me on. I like them old school, good old country songs. And we'll do that twice. I like them old school, good old country songs.
Singing in front of people? That's a whole other thing.
I like them old school, good old country songs.
Underwhelming.
I hope he comes up tonight and sings the old school with the band. If he can remember the words, I think he's got it.
I'm listening to the lyrics so I can sing them tonight. Old school. All right.
You ready?
No. Luckenbach has like a motto, everybody's somebody in Luckenbach. I really felt that today.
I like those old school country music songs.
Glenn is not gonna invite me to join the band, no. But I do think I got a lot of tips. Maybe I could be the like professional tip collector. I could do that job. Singing, I think this is a one-time deal.
I like those old school. Some people come not knowing what they're getting into, try to make them have a good time and think everybody's somebody.
Conjunto, gospel, country. Texas is rich in many things, but the sound of Texas, maybe more than anything else, booms out loud.
Just tap it right here. A little bit harder.
We have a floor model. We can offer deep discounts on our floor models.
With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. Today, we are on a quest for creative expression through the largest gallery in America. This is All Roads Lead to Texas, deep in the art of the Lone Star State.
When you think about Texas, art might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but Texas has this incredible, very unique, very Texas art scene.
It's a little bit like a Stonehenge, you know. I don't think I ever really decided to build this. I've just been building sculptures in the backyard since I was a kid. It's kind of like a little shop of horrors, you know, feed me. I've been working on this since 1989. It started with some individual freestanding sculptures like this one.
Was it always a cathedral?
My mom was the one that started calling it the Cathedral of Junk, and then that stuck like glue.
Do you have priests, and are there others in your order?
I'm actually the Junk King. I always wanted to do something, you know, I wanted to find my own niche. That's the secret of success. Free stuff. And once I hit on junk, there was no going back. Like this brass bed, people give me stuff like that. That's like, to me, that's like treasure. This is people art here, right? Which is folk art, right? It's spontaneous. And the price is right.
The Cathedral of Junk is the best 3-story junk tower you will ever see in your entire life.
Sure.
I love that you can truly make art out of anything. You can make it out of junk, or in the case of this next artist, you can make it out of light itself.
I came to Rice in 2015 to oversee public art.
I don't know if you made this hill, but like, it's quite a project. James Turrell is my favorite living artist, and so I'm pretty excited.
The idea was to bring a major work of public art to the university that would be free and open to all.
I'm ready to just soak it in.
You watch as both the light sequence comes on and the exterior world changes.
In some ways, what's here is a very fancy frame. And what's in the frame is beyond the artist's control, but that's like the entire kind of point of it. I really do feel like I had a small psychedelic trip there. I sort of let everything kind of, it changes how you see.
There are a ton of artists that choose this area to be their home.
I'm at Wimberley Glassworks in the hot shop, and we're making a little vase.
Glass is the ultimate expressive tool. You've been told your whole life never to touch this. Don't touch it, it's glass. But here I get to work with this material that is always moving. It's elastic yet not.
It's crazy to like just grab and pull glass.
I really like to watch people's faces. They've never seen it done before.
I feel like it's gonna be harder than it.
Lift it up and get the tip high like this. Come on. Make sure everyone can smell your armpits. Okay.
It's a challenging medium. It's hot, it's dangerous.
Once you pick it up and start, you can't put it down. You have to be with it all the time. I chose glass because I'm fascinated with light. There's a huge difference between the days where you really feel connected to the material and the days that you don't feel connected to the materials. You absolutely have to pour your heart and soul into every piece you make.
It doesn't matter what your medium is. It can be hot molten glass. It can be light and the sky. It can be trash itself. You can make art out of whatever you find. And you find it everywhere here in Texas. I'm Dylan Thuras, reporting for Atlas Obscura. With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. And that's just what's on dry land. Because, as it turns out, Texas's watery wonders can be found flowing all across the state. This is All Roads Lead to Texas. Freshwater.
We are at the beautiful Inland Divers Association here at Possum Kingdom Lake. We're just a bunch of divers that come out and hang out at the lake.
A few years ago, there was like a sponsored cliff diving thing here.
We are going to Hell's Gate. There's several coves here. That is the most infamous.
That's the height that the professional divers jump from.
I have not jumped from 75-foot Hell's Gate. I have friends that have, and they have body parts missing still.
I'm gonna go look up there and see what it looks like. Unfortunately, they have barred passage, but I would have done it. Now I'm gonna have to go do a small jump. This is a more approachable cliff level. Here we go.
It's gonna be cool.
Looking a little tall.
If you land stomach first, you're gonna get hurt.
Any minute now. I'm not like a big cliff jumping person. Okay.
Somebody, actually, not the buoy.
I mean, did you do it again?
People are adventurous by heart.
It's kind of addictive. Once I went once, I was ready to go again and again and again. It's a good way to start the day. I'm glad I started with jumping because I got it out of the way. We are a couple hours outside of Austin in Colorado Bend State Park. There are waterfalls in Texas, as it turns out. Our most popular trail, this one, Gorman Falls, very rocky, has little shade, includes a steep and slippery descent near the falls. Know your own limits. Very pretty, weird, fantasy landscape. Now I'm gonna nap.
Most people, when they think of Texas, they're thinking cowboys, longhorns, and that's great. You know, we have all that, but we also have fantastic wind. It's one of the windiest places in the country.
So windy out here. These birds are just like holding still. People are flying into the air. This is a wild place.
Two things I don't know how to do, kites and surfing.
Your first jump's gonna be on accident. We're gonna spend about an hour on the ground, go over safety and setup and wind knowledge. There you go. They call that the kiteboarder's mating dance.
A little nervous. Not getting tangled is like an important part of this sport.
Once we get that, we'll launch the kite.
Ah!
And then we walk out to the water.
Oh, there's a fish. What are you? What are you? This is crazy. You're going so fast. There's so much power. It's like having a team of horses attached to you. I think I'm gonna get pulled onto my face and dragged underwater. I'm learning bit by bit how to keep from just being pulled face first through the water. This is like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I think now we're gonna get on the board. When you think of Texas, water might not be the first thing that comes to mind. But from leaping off a cliff to hiking out to Gorman Falls to coming here to Corpus Christi and whipping around on the water pulled by a sail, all I'm saying is when you come to Texas, don't forget your bathing suit.